For over 10 years, these housing projects were abandoned due to litigation between contractors, state housing and the government. The Nat'l project, initiated in 2011 by the late President John Evans Atta Mills, was abandoned in 2012. The government has now reached an agreement with contractors and work has resumed on many of these projects nationwide. During a tour of the site with ministry officials, Works and Housing Minister Kojo Oppong Nkrumah refuted claims that the affordable housing units were being sold to private developers.
Colleagues, I'm sure you followed a number of times the point we have made that we don't have to leave projects abandoned. And so we are going through an exercise that seeks to ensure that many of these projects that are described as abandoned projects, we can resume work on them and finish them. Earlier this week, you were with us at the ministry as we made progress on Saglemi. I think I also mentioned there that we'll be going to Koforidua, where the State Housing Company once again is picking off on one of those projects, President Kufuor's affordable housing project around Akwedum. They've made a lot of progress on that one and they will be resuming work on that shortly. 6 weeks ago, as part of that program, they resumed work on this particular project following the litigation there. Just to make a little point that the contractors or the private entities that we are bringing into these projects, we are not selling the projects to them. I noticed, for example, that after Monday, there were those who were of the view that we are selling these projects to private contractors. We're not selling to private contractors. We're inviting private sector in to work with us to complete. So here there are private subcontractors who are working with state housing to finish it, and then they will sell it to the public, which is the intendment. In Koforidua is the same. They're working with a private subcontractor who will be doing the same, who will go there and see it. In Saglemi as well, we've invited the private sector not to come in and buy, we're not selling, but to come in, bring in their capital. Government has already invested $200 million into it. The private entity would come and invest the estimated about $100 million, and then together we will complete the project and sell as affordable homes to the Ghanaians. So it's important that we have an understanding that because of the limited fiscal challenges that we have, or the limited fiscal space we have, government cannot necessarily bear the burden of pre-financing everything.
The CEO for the State Housing Company, Kwabena Appiah, has provided updates on the housing projects.
This is at Nat'l. We call this place SHC Gardens or SHC Court. This project was started around 2011 under the presidency of former President J.A. Mills. It was discontinued somewhere between 2012 and 2013 due to disagreements between the then State Housing Management and then the contractor and the government as well. So it made the project to stall for about 10 years whilst the case was being litigated in court. Finally, we've been able to bring the litigation to a close, and the government have taken it on to move back to site to complete this project as part of the various projects that have stalled around the country. But once we are done with that, we hope to then move to another project site within the Greater Accra region. Across the country, State Housing is developing similar projects in the Central region, where the North Fourth Ridge area in Cape Coast, in Takoradi as well, also in the Western North. We are doing Tamale, we are doing Bogatanga, and then in Ho as well.
The Works and Housing Ministry has announced that all abandoned housing projects nationwide will be completed and sold to the public. Semafa Persu's report for Joy News.